humidity levels. I mean, it's going to be a little sticky again today. We'll see plenty of sunshine. Temperatures are above normal. We still have an excessive heat warning in effect for the Coachella Valley area through tomorrow with those temps in the middle 1-teens. When will they back off? I'll let you know.
Okay, can't wait to hear that. Thanks, Jerry. Our top story this morning, the Rosa fire off Highway 74 is now 95% contained this morning. The blaze first broke out a week ago on August 4th and forced residents out of their homes with mandatory evacuation orders and warnings throughout the Santa Rosa area. Many of those residents had to find temporary shelter here in the valley for the last week. We spoke with CAL FIRE over the weekend. All evacuation orders have been lifted, and there is still one warning in place for the area north of Santa Rosa Truck Trail, east of Santa Rosa Road, south of St. Pierre Road, and west of Palm Canyon Drive. The Palm Desert Community Center is available as a temporary shelter for those who still need it. And as of now, Highway 74 is open in all directions. The city of Indio is undergoing a road repaving project starting today. It runs until the 22nd. Crews will be working in several Indio neighborhoods Monday through Friday from 7 in the morning until 6 at night. That first area is the Palm Meadows neighborhood. That'll begin today and run until Tuesday up Avenue 46. August 13th through the 15th will be the Santa Fe neighborhood. That will take place from Montecito Drive to Red Bluff Road. The next area will be for one day only. That's August 18th. That is Country Club Drive near Avenue 42. And finally, on August 19th through the 22nd, a large chunk of Central Indio will be worked on from Miles Avenue to north of Sadie Avenue. And our Know Before You Go traffic expert Chris Gunterson will have more on this and other road construction projects going on in the valley a little later on in our broadcast. The city of La Quinta will be honoring local fallen Marine Corporal Hunter Lopez and his fellow service members who lost their lives in the August 2021 attack at the Kabul airport in Afghanistan. The city will hold a lightsaber vigil on Tuesday, August 26th at Civic Center campus. People are encouraged to bring lightsabers to create a powerful and visual display of support. The lightsabers are replacing candles because Hunter was an avid Star Wars fan. There's growing concern for Coachella Valley residents about the number of animals still being euthanized in Riverside County shelters, despite a public push toward becoming no-kill. Late last night, passionate community members packed the Coachella Valley Animal Campus Commission meeting in Thousand Palms, demanding answers.
These are adoptable, healthy animals.
Residents packed into the Coachella Valley Animal Campus meeting in Thousand Palms, demanding answers about Riverside County's no-kill campaign and the alarming number of animals still being euthanized in county shelters.
And I saw that 550 were euthanized in July, and I was like, I mean, this is monstrous.
While the county says overall live outcomes have improved, residents who track the data closely are not convinced. Many accuse the county of hiding behind good PR.
I think that they're doing a fantastic job with public relations and fluff and presentations, but nobody's talking about what actually happens there on a daily basis, because it's sad.
Some believe the numbers being shared aren't accurate and are calling for full transparency.
There are too many irregularities in the system for the numbers and statistics. This is we have asked about. It's in a lawsuit to get a forensic audit. It has been offered free of services. They may oversee it, and they refuse.
Mary Martin, the director of Riverside County Animal Services, says most euthanized animals were either severely ill or euthanized at the request of their owners. But she admits, with overcrowding, the county is now also euthanizing for space.
When they have to lay in their own urine or feces because there's no way to keep 5 large dogs clean, that is not humane care of animals. And we have to continue to make space calls to ensure that we are providing humane care.
Despite the outcry, Martin says things are improving, especially for the animals considered most at risk.
The majority of animals that are being put on the list are being rescued, and that is not our doing, that is the community's doing and our networkers who are getting the word out, and animals are getting saved.
To help boost outreach, the county just launched its MVP, Most Valuable Pets Facebook group, spotlighting animals with limited time and encouraging the public to share, adopt, and foster. and there may be more help on the way. The county recently received over 500 applications to fill 38 new positions with animal services. Staffing officials say is crucial to reaching their no-kill goals. I'm Mary Strong for NBC Palm Springs. And we're going to head outside right now and take a live look from our Agua Caliente casino camera in Palm Springs. Time now to check back in with Jerry in the Weather Center for a look at your forecast today, Jerry.
Yeah, mild out right now in the Coachella Valley, 87 degrees, a little bit above normal with that temp. But yeah, 4-mile-an-hour winds, light winds, they will pick up out of the west. Getting a little gusty in the wind-prone areas, 30% relative humidity, a touch of humidity late today. 73 degrees at Yucca Valley and Joshua Tree, 82, 29 Palms, almost 90 degrees at Desert Hot Springs, 85 Indio, San Gorgonio Pass beginning in the 70s right now under clear skies. So we don't have anything on radar to show you over Southern California. We do have moisture. It stays well to the east of us. That's where that monsoonal moisture will be. But we're going to stay kind of dry in the upper levels of our troposphere. So nothing but sunshine, but that high pressure center also elevating those numbers into the middle 1-teens today. So very hot. And again, onshore winds picking up in the wind prone areas. More on that in the full forecast. Dew points in the 50s, close to 60 degrees in the southeast end. Peak temps at around 3-4 o'clock include a 114 at Palm Springs. That's 5 degrees above those seasonal normals. 115 at Cathedral City, 116 today. Rancho Mirage, 110 Desert Hot Springs this afternoon. So an extreme heat warning has been pushed through Tuesday before those numbers begin to back off. And to the west of us, we have the Inland Empire under a heat advisory. This expands over much of the west coast, by the way. Tomorrow, again, 114, sunshine, touch of humidity with us through Wednesday, 110 as the numbers come down back to normal on a Comfort Air 3-day. Full forecast, and that's 7-day on the way.
All right, Jerry, thanks. Well, the Palm Springs aerial tramway is closed this morning because of an unforeseen electronic technical issue. The initial shutdown happened on Friday. It ceased operation entirely over the weekend. There's still no timeline for reopening. Indio natives and Valley burger lovers, you'll like this one. One of Indio's oldest and most loved restaurants is reopening. Burger Box is celebrating a ribbon cutting this morning at 9 o'clock at their location on Indio Boulevard. Originally founded in 1945, Burger Box has been running for nearly 8 decades until it closed late last year. The Greater Palm Springs Pride Organization announced a sponsorship shortfall of $325,000. Despite the deficit, Palm Springs Mayor Ron DeHart says the annual Pride Festival will carry on as usual. Organizers believe the sharp decline is because of the current political climate and fall in sponsorships. The organization is seeking financial contributions to support the festival and community efforts. Donations can be made online at pspride.org or by participating in Silvercrest's Equality Walk. The details are on our website on NBCPalmSprings.com. Just in time for football season, a new sports bar opened up in La Quinta over the weekend. It's called the Golf Bar. The bar features several indoor golf simulators along with games and activities for the whole family to enjoy. Our Caitlin Kelly was there at the grand opening on Saturday and had the chance to catch up with the owner of the company to learn more about this new La Quinta hotspot.
We have golf, soccer, baseball, football, delicious food, drinks, and more importantly right now especially, AC. We've wanted to come out here for years. It's a great community, not just for the golf, but the people. We just wanted to offer a great experience for everybody who's a local.
Looks like a lot of fun out there. Be sure to check it out and support your new local business. It's time now for Where in the Valley, where we show you a photo of a location somewhere in the Coachella Valley and you guess where it is. So let me show you the photo. Ooh, take a look at this. Have you been here? You'll have some time to think about it. We're going to reveal this special location at the end of our broadcast, and I'll give you a little hint before we get there. Coming up next on your morning news, better get your taste buds ready. Our Dish Detective case busts wide open. We'll reveal our next restaurant. That's coming up next. But first, we're going to head outside and take a live look at your Agua Caliente casino camera in Rancho Mirage. Jerry's going to break down your full forecast for the week straight ahead.
say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more. Committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 6.
It's time now for our new social media contest with Dining with the Davids. It's called Dish Detective. We show you a video of some of the top dishes of a local restaurant and you guess the restaurant. You can play along on our Instagram page on NBC Palm Springs. If you guess the restaurant, you're entered into a drawing for a $100 gift card for that restaurant. Last week's restaurant was Fusion 5 in Palm Springs. Let's see if you can crack this case. Take a look.
It's Monday, August 11th, and it's time to play Dish Detective. We're going to show you 3 dishes from a mystery restaurant somewhere in the Coachella Valley. Think you know where it is? Tag the restaurant on Instagram by Thursday at noon for a chance to win a $100 gift card to that restaurant. Ready, gumshoes? First up, lightly fried tubes and tentacles, golden and crisp, served with a spicy orange vinaigrette that even Zeus would approve of. Next, we're indulging in a tender oven-baked lamb shank marinated in a bouquet of Greek herbs and served with rice and a fresh salad, like something straight out of a seaside taverna in Santorini. We're drinking our dessert today, starting with a shot of strong Turkish coffee over ice with milk, whipped cream, pistachio drizzle, and a cookie straw. It's like a mythical ambrosia in a glass. Think you've cracked this culinary conundrum? It's all Greek to us until you solve the mystery. The winner will be announced on the Friday morning newscast. Now go forth, gastronomic gods, and may the feta be ever in your favor.
Ooh, I love that. Well, you can find that video on our Instagram page, NBC Palm Springs. You have until noon on Thursday to guess it right. Don't forget to tag the restaurant you think it is, and we'll reveal the winner on our Friday morning broadcast. Good luck, detectives. This time of year can be stressful for any students, but for the millions of children who have learning and thinking differences like ADHD or dyslexia, back to school can add another layer of pressure. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither talks to a psychologist who specializes in this field about how to help neurodivergent students succeed.
It's time to learn again, but for some, processing new information can be a challenge.
For kids with learning and thinking differences, engaging in academics, engaging in just being in new places can be so stressful.
Psychologist Andrew Kahn with the nonprofit Understood.org says these differences are often misunderstood because they're not obvious to the observer. Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, dyslexia, which affects a person's ability to read and write, and dyscalculia, which impairs math comprehension, all affect the brain's ability to process information.
For a lot of teachers and parents, when you're in situations with multiple kids, it's often hard to look below the surface surface and figure out what's happening with these kids.
Khan says parents play a pivotal role in helping their student with learning and thinking differences to succeed in school. First, empower yourself with reliable information. Understand your child's neurological differences and how they impact the student during school. Then, advocate for your child. Talk to their teacher and school administrators.
The start of the school year, formulating a little get-to-know-you letter. Here are some strengths of my child. Here are things that they struggle with. And very importantly, some strategies that tend to work for them.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And if you'd like more information on the stories we're airing this morning in our broadcast, you can go to our new website on NBCPalmSprings.com. You're going to find our top stories and breaking news on our homepage right there. And if you click on our newsroom tab, we've got all of our stories and community events organized by date. For now, let's head over to Jerry in the Weather Center for a look at what's ahead in your forecast. Jerry?
Yeah, what's on the weather headlines today? Well, plenty of sunshine the next couple of afternoons over Southern California. Temps about 5, 6, 7 degrees above normal. Because of that, that extreme heat warning has been pushed through Tuesday. More on how hot it's going to get and a look ahead to the future next.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs,
Clear skies at our Agua Caliente Casino Cam view right now. We're going to see temps slightly above normal. Over the weekend, though, we had temps around 110. That's pretty close to normal. 109 is where we should be in Palm Springs. That was the case on Saturday. Plenty of sunshine both afternoons. Right now, plenty of 80s to begin our day in the Coachella Valley. 73 Yucca Valley, 72 at Banning right now, and winds all under 10 miles an hour. That will be something that'll change a little later on today. Onshore winds will pick up, but only in the wind-prone areas. Nothing on radar over Southern California. Got to look well to the east of us. I mean, over Texas for action. Showers and thunderstorms there. Quiet over the southwest. Thanks to ridge of high pressure, it's parked to the north of us, so much of the west coast will be above normal with the numbers for us about 10 degrees. Maybe above normal. Most of us about 5 degrees above the mark. 113 to 117. We'll call it very hot again today with 114 our high in Palm Springs. Will that be a record if we achieve that number? Not even close. 120 set back in 1933. Also today, 114 at Indio and Indian Wells. 115 Cathedral City, La Quinta. 116 today, Rancho Mirage. And basically the same range of temps moving into Friday. Yeah, I changed the map, but you didn't see much difference between today and tomorrow. Yeah, 114 again on Friday, plenty of sunshine. actually tomorrow. As far as today and tomorrow is concerned, we do have an extreme heat warning in effect for the valley, and then a heat advisory for the Inland Empire almost all the way to the coastline. We're not the only ones. You can see much of the West Coast dealing with heat for today and tomorrow. As far as air quality, we do not have an air quality alert from the National Weather Service, but unhealthy for sensitive groups still sticks around the Coachella Valley today. Hot and a little bit of humidity, 109 to 113. That'll be our range of highs today. 113 in Palm Springs, 111,000 Palms, 110 at Indio, 102 at Cabazon today, a sunny 109 at 29 Palms. And as far as monsoonal moisture, that will begin to move in our direction beginning Thursday, but not moving into Southern California. It just begins to move over much of southern Arizona and the Four Corners states, as you can see in that map there. As far as surface moisture, yeah, it's not going to be very dry today. We will see dew points in the 50s over the next few afternoons and a touch of humidity. I mean, the lowest, the relative humidity numbers will bottom out, will be in the teens this afternoon. So like over the weekend, there's just a little bit of humidity. And winds, we're watching that too. I mean, Desert Hot Springs could see low 30-mile-an-hour sustained winds. That'll be late in the day, each and every day, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. That backs off a little bit on Thursday. For the rest of us in the wind-prone areas, just strong breezes and occasional gusts. Okay, tropics, Henriette and Evo still out there. We're watching both storms. Category 1 hurricane, yeah, it became a Category 1 hurricane. The water's a little warmer north of Hawaii. Could strengthen to a Category 2 storm before then weakening later this week. And Evo, a tropical storm, is basically in its last leg, moving its way away from Cabo. And Aaron, yeah, it could develop over the next few days. Let's take a look at the forecast. Starting the 14th of August to Thursday, we could see a development of a storm right here, a tropical storm moving its way basically to the west-northwest. Take a look at the track here. A couple days ago, it had it moving into the Gulf. Right now, it'll ride the western perimeter of a high-pressure center, move its way to the northwest, north, and then away from us as you move into the third week of August. Okay, Comfort Air 7-day forecast. 114s for Palm Springs today and tomorrow with numbers above normal. Yeah, the numbers do back off closer to normal Wednesday and Thursday with lots of sunshine. Then below normal Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We will be dealing with a little bit of humidity each and every day.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more.
Hashtag holiday calendar time right now, and brought to you by Coachella Valley. Chris is standing by, waiting to answer some questions, right?
Happy
Okay.
Monday!
What is going on today? Monday, August 11, 2025. National Hip Hop Day is today. The hip hop music genre began in New York City in the 70s. Some of the early hip hop artists include Grandmaster Flash and NWA. There are deeper explanations of how they came up with the term hip hop. You know the song?
Tell me.
You know the song by the Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang?
Hip Hop Parade?
No.
Oh, what?
No,
Tell me.
No. I said hip hop. The hippie to the hippie.
Hip hop, hippity, don't stop, and even in the bang,
don't stop rocking.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love that.
That was just like the actual recording, wasn't it?
It was. Good job,
Pretty close,
Jerry.
right? National Face Mask Day is today. No, it has nothing to do with hockey or COVID. It's about those skincare face masks that you wear on your face, right?
So nice.
And everybody looking at me right now says, yeah, you should live with one on.
No.
Also, National Raspberry Tart Day is today. It's fresh raspberries baked on a shortbread crust with whipped cream on top, someplace in it, I guess. But that's, I guess, a raspberry tart, right? I guess.
Looks
I don't know.
like it.
I don't know. I never made one. I've probably eaten one, but never made one.
So good.
National Play in the Sand Day. I mean, that's something we grew up doing as a kid back when I was a youngster back in Wisconsin. Yeah, a sandbox. Everybody had a sandbox, right? Someplace, or an improvised sandbox. But yeah, today's key word is sand. So we're going to play 2 questions for you regarding our keyword of sand. Okay, you ready? Okay, here's the first of 2. Tuscan raiders, also known as sand people, are a nomadic sentient species indigenous to the desert planet of Tatooine, where they were often hostile to local settlers. In which science fiction series would you see sand people? You got Dune, Star Trek, or Star Wars? A, B, or C? Dune, Star Trek, or Star Wars? The Sand People. Tatooine.
Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, C? Okay, all right. Control room, CC. Yeah, everybody knows this one.
Yay!
I even got corrected on the pronunciation. Yes. Tatooine. That's how you say that Star Wars term. Okay, second sand-related question. Stranded at the drive-in, branded a fool. What will they say Monday at school? Sandy, can't you see I'm in misery? Those words are the opening lyrics to a song titled Sandy, which is part of a soundtrack to the motion picture musical what? A, Fame, B, Grease, C, Hairspray. Who's a character in one of those films? B. I think I made it too easy for you guys.
No, we love these.
I got to crack down on the answers, make them a little more difficult. But Grease is correct.
We all got 100% on a Monday.
Yeah, you
is
did.
this like, this is an amazing day. I'm so happy.
Cranking up the difficulty tomorrow.
Way to start the day off right.
Back in a bit.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration
NBC Palm Springs.
Welcome back on this Monday morning, August 11th. I'm Mary Strong. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. We'll have your AccuWeather forecast coming up in just a few minutes, but first it's time for Know Before You Go, where we tell you about all the major construction projects going on in the Valley for the week, so you can avoid getting caught in traffic and know before you go. Joining us live from the CV Sync Traffic Management Center once again in Palm Desert is Program Manager Chris Gunterson. Chris, thanks so much for being here with us this morning.
Good morning.
I hope you had a great weekend.
I don't know if we.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know if we have enough time to talk about all the projects going on.
I know. I was going to say, this has been one of the busier summers than I can remember in terms of road construction out there.
It has been crazy busy with road construction. But that's where we're going to start. Some of the biggest construction going on. That's at Highway 111, and that is the La Quinta Pavement Restoration Project. This project is going from border to border in La Quinta. It starts there on the west in Plaza La Quinta, and then it goes all the way down to Jefferson. Now, what they're doing is they're working on the inside lanes right now, so they only have one lane open. We've got a little short video there. All that pavement on the inside lanes is actually torn up now. They're getting ready to compact it, and so shortly we'll be paving that area, and then they'll move to the outside. So the detours for this one is going to be on Fred Waring Drive and Miles Avenue. I highlighted them there for you in green. I would highly advise using Fred Waring. What we're going to do is extend the synchronization timing there, give it a little more time, allow more cars to go through. That is going to be your best route, but you can also use Miles. So next we're going to start go to Indian Wells. Indian Wells has a project where they're adding a extended right turn lane for the church there. Just south of Fred Waring. It's also opening up a turning radius at Washington and Miles, and then they're ultimately going to be paving Miles. So we have basically one lane in each direction there. Now, this project here is going to extend for about another 6 weeks, and it is impactful because we're also using Miles as a detour for the Fred Waring project, which we're hoping will wrap up early because they are working longer. Now, here's a view of the approach on Washington there, just south of Fred Waring. Again, your alternate route for this one, if you want an alternate, would be Cook Street or Jefferson. But again, this is a busy area, so make sure you plan ahead. Next, we want to talk about a Conchola Valley Water District project going on at Cook Street. This is taking place just north of the Wash. You got a little highlight there, Palm Desert High School. Picks up just after the Wash, heads north up to Country Club Drive. This has multiple lane changes with the traffic control, so you definitely want to go very, very slow and be very careful if you're trying to make a left-hand turn or coming off one of the side streets. Again, to avoid this project, you want to use Portola. So we're kind of pushing people west there. You know, use Cook Street, use Portola. So may want to just go all the way down to Portola to avoid it. So then one little project that came in over the weekend, actually came in late Friday. This is going to be taking place on Wednesday between 6 a.m. and 2 p.m. This is on San Pablo here in Palm Desert. They're going to be replacing 2 palm trees, so they'll have the road closed on San Pablo between the roundabout and Magnesia Falls. We brought this up because this is a little shortcut for a lot of people trying to get around town. So if that's one of your shortcuts, I want to choose a different route on Wednesday. And your safety tip for the week, with all of the traffic control going on, we are synchronizing Fred Waring and Miles and giving more timing for that. The safety tip is to actually drive the speed limit. And it sounds funny. A lot of times when people get moving, they say, okay, great, the traffic's moving, I'm going to go faster. If you do that, you get ahead of the coordination, then you find yourself in a stop and go situation. But that's all I've got for this week. Just remind people to slow down, put the phone down, and take your time, plan your trips.
Such a great tip. I always find it interesting, Chris, when I see somebody speeding around traffic and then we're all stopped at the same light.
And one of the things we're seeing a lot of, especially this summer, is people running red lights.
Ooh,
and that is extremely dangerous.
Yes, and quite a
few
few
accidents. It may be what we call a stale yellow, where it's really long, they'll gun it and try and get through the intersection. It's just, we saw a couple of them this morning coming into work. So
wow. Okay.
Anyway,
good tips.
Definitely slow down.
Thanks, Chris, so much. Hope you have a good week, and we'll see you next Monday.
Awesome. Thank you.
Now for a quick recap of our top stories this morning. The Santa Rosa fire off Highway 74 is now 95% contained this morning. The blaze first broke out a week ago on August 4th and forced residents out of their homes with mandatory evacuation orders and warnings throughout the Santa Rosa area. Many of those residents had to find temporary shelter right here in the valley for the last week. We spoke with CAL FIRE over the weekend. All evacuation orders have been lifted, and there is one warning still in place for the area north of Santa Rosa Truck Trail, east of Santa Rosa Road, south of St. Pierre Road, and west of Palm Canyon Drive. The Palm Desert Community Center is available as a temporary shelter for those who still need it. As of now, Highway 74 is open in all directions. The city of La Quinta will be honoring local fallen Marine Corporal Hunter Lopez and his fellow service members who lost their lives in the August 2021 attack at the Kabul airport in Afghanistan. The city will hold a lightsaber vigil on Tuesday, August 26th at Civic Center campus. People are encouraged to bring lightsabers to create a powerful and visual display of support. The lightsabers are replacing candles because Hunter was an avid Star Wars fan. The Greater Palm Springs Pride Organization announced a sponsorship shortfall of $325,000. Despite the deficit, Palm Springs Mayor Ron DeHart says the annual Pride Festival will carry on as usual. Organizers believe the sharp decline is due to the current political climate and fall in sponsorships. The organization is seeking financial contributions to support the festival and community efforts. Donations can be made online at pspride.org or by participating in Silvercrest's Equality Walk. The details about that are on our website on NBCPalmSprings.com. August is National Wellness Month, and a recent CDC study shows fewer than 14% of adults ages 65 and older meet exercise guidelines. And the older they get, the lower that number falls. Now a local gym is focusing on seniors to improve their health and lives. Our NBC Palm Springs Kai Beach has a story.
When I came back down to the desert in April, I was still walking on a cane.
As we age, staying fit gets harder, but not impossible.
No matter how old you are, it's how active and how continue you taking care of your body and your mind.
And at Pure Fit Athletic in Palm Desert,
you're comfortable to use one of our fitness professionals.
Fitness manager Omar is working to defy the aging process, one workout at a time.
People get depressed. So we're giving them hope and also make a change, teaching them so then they can continue moving and then nothing can stop them,
Omar says nearly 2 out of every 3 clients are seniors.
This is cardiovascular and core strength.
With many focusing on injury prevention or recovery.
Just getting strength and getting better every day. So that's my goal in life.
According to a recent study by the CDC, fewer than 14% of adults 65 and older meet federal guidelines for both aerobic and muscle strengthening exercises. And those numbers drop even further with age. That's a trend Omar and his team hope to reverse by offering personal training and group fitness classes like Silver Sneakers.
So they have a little dance going on, but that's just more cardio to get your heart rate up and also keep it moving.
Because while staying fit gets harder with age, the team at Pure Fit is proving it's far from impossible. I'm Kai Beach for NBC Palm Springs.
Well, the Palm Springs aerial tramway is closed this morning because of an unforeseen electronic technical issue. It shut down on Friday and was closed for the entire weekend. There is still no timeline for reopening. Heads up for Indio natives and Valley burger lovers. One of Indio's oldest and most loved restaurants is reopening. Burger Box is celebrating a ribbon cutting this morning at 9 a.m. And their location on Indio Boulevard, originally founded in 1945, Burger Box has been running for nearly 8 decades until it closed late last year. Just in time for football season, a new sports bar opened up in La Quinta over the weekend. It's called the Golf Bar. The bar features several indoor golf simulators along with games and activities for the whole family to enjoy. Our Caitlin Kelly was at the grand opening on Saturday and caught up with the owner of the company to learn more about this new La Quinta hotspot.
We have golf, soccer, baseball, football, delicious food, drinks, and more importantly right now especially, AC. We've wanted to come out here for years. It's a great community, not just for the golf, but the people. We just wanted to offer a great experience for everybody who's a local.
Looks like a lot of fun out there. Be sure to check it out and support your new local business. Now with a look at your consumer headlines, here's CNBC's Silvana Hanau. Silvana?
Good morning. Wall Street is set for a mixed open with the markets on the brink of new record highs. The Nasdaq closing at a fresh high on Friday, and the S&P 500 is just within a hair of another milestone for the week. The Dow gaining more than 1%, while the S&P was up more than 2% and the Nasdaq nearly 4%, and that's due to a rally for Apple after CEO Tim Cook visited the White House and announced additional U.S. investments. Now, in focus this week, we get two reports on inflation plus data on retail sales, manufacturing, and consumer sentiment. The U.S. Postal Service is cracking down on shipments of unregulated vapes. It's a move that could boost sales for big tobacco. Now, Reuters reports the agency wrote a letter to Demand Vape, that's a New York-based distributor, blocking it from using its services after New York City authorities alleged the company shipped vapes that didn't have FDA approval and violated a local flavor ban. Now, the move stands to benefit companies like Altria, which has fought against unregulated vapes, mostly from China. And more Americans are eating at home to save money as they worry about high prices. Dime Brands, that's the company, the parent company of IHOP and Applebee's, Sweetgreen, Wendy's, Denny's, and Chipotle, all warning consumers cutting back on spending is hurting sales. And data from research firm Circana shows consumers ate 1 billion fewer meals at restaurants in the first quarter this year. McDonald's CEO saying while sales returned to growth in the second quarter, visits from lower income customers fell by double digits as their income declined. With your CNBC Morning Business Report, I'm Silvana Hanau.
Well, earlier we showed you a photo of a location somewhere in the Coachella Valley, and I told you I'd show you that photo again and give you one more hint before we reveal the location at the end of our broadcast. So here's the photo. Here's the hint. You can get hands-on driving instruction here. Think about that. We'll tell you more about this special location coming up later in our broadcast. But first, let's head back over to Jerry in the Weather Center for a look at what's ahead in your forecast. Jerry?
Yeah, we're in the window for the Perseids meteor shower, but they do peak Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Overnight, we'll have clear skies here. Moonrise, well, it'll be kind of a deterrent because it'll bring some light to the sky, but check that out. Again, Tuesday evening, the best time to check out the Perseids. Full forecast and 7-day next.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more.
Once again, totally clear skies over the Coachella Valley right now in our Agua Caliente Casino Cam view. Plenty of sunshine, clear skies each and every day for the rest of the week. Yesterday, near normal numbers in the valley, both Saturday and Sunday. Palm Springs peaked at 110, 109 the normal there, but will be a little hotter today. Right now, 77 degrees at Yucca Valley, lots of 80s to begin our day. In the Coachella Valley, 72 at Banning right now, winds under 10 miles an hour. Should be light and breezy the first half of the day, but around late afternoon, evening, the winds out of the west begin to take over. Radar quiet in Southern California. Again, not much going on over the southwest. Got to look to Texas for action there, but nothing happening over Southern California. High pressure in the upper levels of our troposphere, basically over the top of us. Not just us, but much of the west coast will be above normal with the numbers. We'll be about 5 degrees above the mark. 113 to 117 for the valley. So very hot today with an onshore wind that'll become a little gusty late in the day. But here's some specifics. 114 for Palm Springs. Will that be close to a record? No, not at all. 120, sit back in 33. We're not going to get that hot. 114 also at Indio, 115 La Quinta, 116 at Rancho Mirage. And I just changed the map. You may not have noticed because we're expecting similar numbers. That'll be Tuesday. It says Friday, but that should be Tuesday. Okay, extreme heat warnings in effect for a good area of the West Coast, including the Coachella Valley. That's through Tuesday before the numbers begin to back off. And even west of us, we have heat advisories for mountains and inland empire to the coastline. Like I said, we're not the only ones dealing with the heat. Much of the West Coast with above normal numbers through the next couple of days. As far as air quality, the Air Quality Management District put a unhealthy for sensitive groups for the Coachella Valley because of ozone levels, a little high there. But as far as Wednesday's concerned, the ridge of high pressure that's bringing us the hottest